Fight Time Network. We are on the main card breakdown for UFC 314 this Saturday in Miami. This main card breakdown is brought to you by TK Roofing out of the Cleveland area here in Ohio. Cody Wilson holds a title in Cage Thunder. He gets work done, shows it in the cage and in his construction. Make sure you hit him up. Don't let your roof be the underdog, y'all.
Right.
Starting out the main card, Nikita Krylov, 39, coming up against getting his traction back in the business. Dominic Reyes, 14-4. Moises, oh, Mike's hot. Let's get this.
Oh, let's get this, man. I'm so excited. This is a banger to start off the main card. And honestly, look, say what you say, but I'm actually going with Dominic Reyes on this. I know some people are gonna go with Krylov, but I'm going with Dominic Reyes, bro. Just because, you know what? Like, I'm not sure if you can cuss on here, but I've
Sure.
been with my boy Dominic Reyes for a while. Even though he got, I really thought he won against John Jones. I'm gonna be honest, but and Krylov hasn't fought since 2023, and I understand he's the favorite, right? But I feel like Dominic Reyes, he's coming back, and he's coming back with the vengeance, and I see him winning this fight.
Oh, damn. I'm gonna have to disagree with. I know exactly what Lee's about to say. So
You saw my face light up like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna disagree, and I'm going Nikita Krylov here. And I know he has not been very active in a long time. He comes, he goes, but he still takes names, man. His last two losses, what? Ankalaev and Paul Craig. I know it was a long time ago too. I'm not even going to look up how long ago. But then he's beaten Ryan Spann, Oystermere, and Gustafsson. I think the play here is, yeah, Dominic Reyes could come in, catch him with something, but I think the takedowns is what's really going to get Nikita Krylov this W at UFC 314. I don't necessarily see him finishing Reyes. I really think this fight's going to go to decision because there's a lot on
Yes.
the line for both of them here, and definitely with Dominic Reyes coming up through the ranks again. He's got that animal back in him. But I see Nikita Krylov winning barely, maybe even a split in this one, truthfully. What you think, Lee?
yeah. So I am a handicapper, true and true. I never ever let to get feelings involved with before placing a bet. And when I always have that like inkling and feeling, it's usually a fight where I stay away from. So I don't really have very much with Reyes winning. I just have a feeling he is ultimately going to get it done. The statistics that I do have ultimately are that Reyes has been way more active. He's had two fights in 2024. Everybody thought he was going to beat Anthony Smith. That was kind of a given, but nobody thought he was really going to knock out Dustin Jacoby. And that's kind of where people were like, okay, maybe he's back. Maybe we're going to see Reyes climb back up that ladder because everybody had it counted out against Jacoby. Yeah, Krylov's been finished 7 times, man, and it can definitely happen. It's a light
My
heavyweight
man is
matchup, and
speaking
these
fast.
boys are going to go toe to toe. Plus 140 on Reyes. I imagine the under on this one is chalk through the roof. So I'm gonna sprinkle a bit on Reyes, man. I just have that feeling that it's his night, and that's the probably one of the rare times you'll ever hear me say that. But yeah, Reyes on this one for me.
Let's
Actually,
go.
I was live when he knocked out Jacoby in Kentucky. It was fire to see him back in the win column. He was up on the fence, hands up, felt it all again. Oh man, I want Dominic Reyes to win this fight. I just don't see it, but we'll see. Fight's a fight, baby. Fight's a fight.
Yep.
Moving on to this banger here, and my God, we're mixing promotions here. Yair Rodriguez, 20-6, coming up against Patricio Pitbull, 36-7, and he's only like what? Oh, he's 37. Okay, I thought he was 34 for some reason. With that record, would be crazy.
Facts.
I'm gonna take. I really feel like Yair Rodriguez's kicks is really gonna be what makes the difference in this fight. Patricio Pitbull has never done good with kicks in defending them in his whole career, pretty much. And for some reason, at what 43 fights, how you don't end up working on that is my. I don't know. I just really feel. And then Rodriguez is very creative. And Pitbull pushes forward a lot. He really does. He tries to push the pace, and I feel like he's going to walk into something for Yair Rodriguez. On my paper, I got Rodriguez inside the distance. I know that's probably pushing it. I don't know if I'm going to take that bet. I'm waiting to see the odds on it, maybe. We shall see. What you think, Lee?
Well, I mean, he's got that laundry list. Patricio Pitbull, Pat Curran, Daniel Strauss, Emmanuel Sanchez, Michael Chandler, Juan Archuleta, A.G. McKee, Adam Borex, man. You know what? When the UFC, when I was younger and we didn't really buy the pay-per-views as much, man, Bellator was in there, and I've been a Patricio Pitbull fan since. But my biggest takeaway is just how overwhelmed Yair Rodriguez got with Ortega's grappling the last time and eventually got taken down and finished. Like, Patricio Pitbull is very, very well rounded. And the thing that we've seen about Rodriguez in the past is if he can't get his game plan set up, he usually throws the baby out with the bathwater. And Patricio Pitbull is in there till death gets him, man. So with those two things combined with the grappling prowess that Patricio has shown before, as well as the grappling overwhelming that Yair has experienced, I think Patricio is going to get this, going to get it to go his way. Plus 140 for Patricio Pitbull, man. I like that.
Oh yeah, Mike's hot. Moises, what's your thoughts? You thinking same way with you?
Honestly, man, it's MMA. You know what I mean? Anything could go either way.
Right.
You know, Yair did lose to a beautiful sub by T City. You know, he did lose to T City on that sub, it was such a great lock. I was like, dude, I can't believe he got submitted just like that. It was wild. And Patricio Pitbull, man, what can I say, dude? This guy's a monster. You know what I'm saying? And one thing that I always noticed though is that when another promotion comes into the UFC and they put him into a main card, you know what I mean? Like even that Pantoja fight, the last one, and Pantoja just completely just rocked the other dude. Yeah, I'm going with Yair. I'm going with Yair Rodriguez on this one. He, like you said, his kicks are going to be a big weapon for him. But the thing is, on this one, like Lee said, you know what I'm saying? If he doesn't go with his game plan, he starts kind of getting a little sloppy. And Patricio, he's good to read on those, and he could definitely get the dub on that too. But I could see it maybe going the distance. I'm not going to sprinkle anything on that one just because, we never seen Patricio in a UFC arena. You know what I'm saying? It's a
Right.
lot more different. The vibe is more different. But my pick is going to be Rodriguez.
Hell yeah. Moving on, one of the most controversial fighters in the UFC right now, Bryce Mitchell, 17-3 against Jean. I'm gonna go ahead and say the Killer Silva,
John Silva,
15-2. Moises,
bro.
pop off, boy. What you got? You seem excited about this one, my friend.
I'm so fired up for this fight, bro. John Silva, his last fight, that knockout was just beautiful. And I can see John Silva winning this. And I don't want to count Bryce Mitchell out. Bryce Mitchell out is a beast, okay? He's a beast too. I know he went rounds with Ilya Taporia. He did get submitted by Ilya, but come on, man. We're talking about Taporia here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But where I'm going with this one is Bryce Mitchell. I know he has that dog in him too, but I feel like his wrestling is gonna do damage to John Silva, because we've never really seen John Silva wrestle or get in trouble in the grappling exchanges. Because John Silva, he's quick. Don't get me wrong, he has that freaking that Hulk punch. You know what I'm saying? Just like Josh Emmett. Even though we're not talking about that, but my pick today though is gonna be Bryce Mitchell.
Dang, I guess I'm not on the hook like I thought, baby. I actually already got a bet in. Took Bryce Mitchell at plus 250 to beat John Silva. Put a $125 on him, make about 300. Hopefully that baby hits. But you literally thinking what I was thinking. John Silva really hasn't been tested by any grappling and things like that. They've kind of set him up against strikers and things like that. And once Bryce Mitchell gets a hold of you, it's usually the wrap.
Yeah.
I mean, Emmett, knocked and put him into convulsed seizure, but he never had to deal with his grappling. Was that his first round knockout, right? When you
the first round knockout, yeah.
So I mean, Emmett didn't even have to deal with it. So I really feel Bryce Mitchell grappling is going to be weight, and maybe he never gets a hold of him. Maybe he keeps him at distance, and Bryce is just trying to get a hold of him the whole time, and he gets slept too. That's 100% easily a possibility. But if
Yeah,
Bryce does get a hold of him, truthfully, I feel Jean Silva, his skill level is he's going to get choked out.
yeah,
And if he doesn't,
yeah,
Bryce will just ride him.
yeah.
What you got, Lee?
I am on the other end of this one. I am with Jean Silva. As Moises mentioned, he's been on an absolute tear. Statistically, he's got an 80% takedown defense. But what does it for me, and Bryce Mitchell would probably kick my ass if he ever hears me say this, but Bryce Mitchell, and you've seen it with Ilia Poirier, you've definitely seen it with Josh Emmett. He doesn't have awareness of safety or defense when he enters and exits the pocket.
Damn,
And that's
you're
a
right.
major concern against Jean Silva. He does not know where he's safe and does not know where the problems lie. So if he manages to, if he gets the takedown, yes, but if he's going to set it up with his strikes, every time he comes in to land a combination to set up his takedown, his defense and safety is not there inside and outside of the pocket. And that's a roll of the dice with Jean Silva.
Love that.
God dang, Lee. You think you know what you're talking about, son. That was beautiful. That was beautiful. It really was. That was like a book, man.
Yeah, that was. I was like, I could
Good
have took
shit,
those
Lee.
two.
He probably beat the shit out of me in strike, and I'm not as good as I think I am. But
Yeah. That was beautiful, man. The way that came off your tongue. Good shit, my friend. Moving on to your co-main event of the
Yes.
evening. Michael Iron Chandler, 23-9, coming up against one of the young guns making a statement. Huge name coming up. Paddy Pimblett, 22-3. I'll let you start off with this one, Lee. Mike's hot for you, my friend.
I'm give me Pimblett on this one, man. I believe Pimblett can certainly get this to the ground. These men both fight with absolute reckless abandonment, so this is something where anything can happen. Obviously, Chandler's more explosive; he has more of the strength, but both guys are swinging for the fences with their chin down. None of them are really striking defense gurus by any means.
Yeah,
But if it
definitely not
ends up
Chandler.
on the ground, Chandler makes massive mistakes on the ground that he constantly gets away from. You've seen it when was it Poirier or was it Oliveira that had his back and he just gets up and slams him down. And he
Oliveira
gets up
twice.
and he slams him down twice. I don't think with Paddy's level of jiu-jitsu that he's going to get away from that if it's on the ground. So I can see it ending up there, whether somebody gets knocked down and comes on top or however it does. If that's the case, I can certainly see a finish coming for Pimblett from there. So I'm going with Pimblett.
I'm on the other side here, my friends. I don't think, yeah, I'm on the other side here. And the reason behind me here, you really think Paddy Pimblett's grappling's better than Charles Oliveira's? I don't think so.
No.
You look back at who Paddy Pimblett has really fought so far. Bobby Green, last year? Mid-average fighter, never really made it to the top. Tony Ferguson, I don't even want to talk about that one because, you look up. I got my boy right there. I ain't bringing that up. Ain't nobody going to say nothing bad about him in front of me. Leave it at that. Jared Gordon, that was one of the worst fights, and Paddy Pimblett ended up making it out on top two. Very controversial situation. Some people say he didn't even win that fight. Jordan Levitt, crafty, little different, but really, where's Levitt at? Before that, you got Vargas. I'm not even going to go into that. I can't even remember anything of that fight. But really, when you look at the competition, what Michael Chandler's been fighting, championship level people, top 5 for the past 5-10 years. Yeah, he hasn't coming up on top, and really, he lost to Gaethje, lost to Oliveira, lost to Poirier, lost to Oliveira again. I think Michael Chandler's finally going to hit that bomb, and Paddy's not going to know what really hit him. Still, his wrestling and his grappling is good. He went 5 with Oliveira. Didn't get choked out. I'm pretty sure Oliveira was hurt, though. So I'll give him that in their second fight. I'm pretty sure Oliveira was messed up. But lost to Poirier. That was a banger. Lost to Gaethje. That was one of the most highlighted fights, back and forth. best standing. If you really want to go back and watch people beat the shit out of each other, go watch Gaethje versus Michael Chandler. It was amazing.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm at. I really just feel he's just the explosiveness of Michael Chandler and the way he's going to come in hot. Unless I don't feel like Paddy Pimblett's ready for that level of just brutality yet. What you got, Moises?
That's a good take, bro. I'm gonna be honest, but I'm going with Paddy the Baddy, man. His grappling is not as good as Oliveira, but one thing that I have seen Paddy what happened to him when he got cracked, he ate a shot, like a really hard shot, and he kept going. And what did you say? Scousers don't get knocked out, right? And so I feel like he probably is gonna risk himself a little bit, maybe take a shot by Chandler, and he's gonna grapple him. And I see him getting the dub on this one. I do see Paddy the Baddy getting the dub on this one, man. I feel like Chandler, yes, he's explosive, and yes, he has fought really good fighters. Paddy, he's been warming up, man. Even like how
Yeah.
Khabib too, man. Khabib, he warmed up. He fought so many people right before he started fighting some really good people as well. But I see Paddy going out there sticking to his game plan and getting it done. And let's be honest, Michael doesn't really stick to his game plans, man. He gets
Never.
reckless sometimes. He never does.
Sometimes,
He
not every fucking fight.
he sprays and prays, man. He sprays
Yeah.
and prays, man. He tries to just overhand, under, you know what I'm talking about? So I think what I really feel is that Paddy's gonna get the dub on this one, and he's gonna go up there. Then next one, maybe another fight, then maybe a title. Who knows? You know what I'm saying?
Paddy the
The
baddie, Paddy
Baddy.
the baddie,
Yeah.
Paddy the baddie.
Yeah. Look at that. You chose Chandler, bro, and look at that. You're over here saying Paddy the Baddy, man. That he's gonna get the
It's
dub.
catchy. It's catchy. I don't got nothing against Paddy the baddie. I'm just looking at pure competition levels of experience.
Right.
And I just feel like it's going to be the time that Chandler gets what he wants in that cage finally. And Patty's just in the wrong place at the wrong time for this fight. But we'll see. It's going to be a banger. I just took him. I don't even know what the odds are. What we got here? Ooh,
Minus
Michael Chandler coming
160
in
on
at
Paddy.
plus 136 on Michael Chandler, minus 162 at Patty. Already got over under 1.5. Over 1.5 minus 180 plus 140 for the under 1.5 rounds.
You know what? The under 1.5 isn't bad, man, because those two are probably going to go like rock'em sock'em robots, and it's out whoever falls down first. Like I think it's probably going to be like a fight in the case of luck, and I think the luck's more on Pimblett's side than it is on Chandler's side, as history's proven.
And one thing I will give you guys, the difference between Oliveira and Paddy Pimblett, Oliveira will not force a submission. Paddy Pimblett will force a submission.
Yes, he will.
So we will see. It's a great matchup. Everybody's pumped.
I love
Before we
this
get
one,
into this
bro.
main event at UFC 314, we need another shout out to TKO Roofing up in Cleveland, Ohio. Again, Cody Wilson holds a belt at Cage Thunder. He is the owner and runs this joint. You see him working hard in the cage. That's the type of guy you want working on your roof, gutters. He does other things like that. Make sure you check him out. Here we go. Main event, UFC 314. The great Alexander Volkanovski, 26-4, becoming up against Diego Lopes, 26-6. Go ahead, Moises. You're up.
Man, honestly, bro, I try to stay away from the main events, bro, because man, they're always good matchups, bro. But man, everybody's going against me on this, but I'm choosing my man Volkanovski, bro. The only reason why is because yes, Lopez is explosive. You know, he has great striking. But one thing that Volkanovski has, bro, is experience in main event bouts, and to the point where I feel like he's gonna do what he did to Yair Rodriguez, bro, and he's gonna get him into the fourth and fifth rounds and just either get him, take him on the floor, ground him, pound him out. Because, like I said, Lopez is explosive. We've never seen him in the fourth or fifth rounds, to be honest. He has a main event? Has he had a main event before?
Ortega.
Oh yeah, with Ortega. Yeah, that's true.
Was that a short notice fight too?
No, that was a 3-rounder. That was a 3-rounder. Yeah.
He has no shit, 3-rounder.
Yeah, that was Noche UFC
Noche,
in last year. Yeah, that was 3-rounders. Yeah, but we haven't seen him in the fourth or fifth rounds, and Volkanovski's experienced in that, man. He
Right.
like Even when he got that guillotine from T City, bro, and that thing was so tight, bro. This dude was
Legs were
like, oh, he
kicking.
was gurgling. You see his feet kicking. Me and my wife stand up and we're like, oh my God, he's about to get submitted. We're like, oh my God. And he was pushing, bro, pushing. So, at the end of the day, yes, maybe he doesn't have a chin like he used to. Tuporia completely obliterated it. But I'm still gonna go with Volkanovski here just because of the experience in the bouts that he's had. And I feel like he's going to get this by a ground and pound. He's going to take him to the ground and just ground and pound. Um, yeah, man, that's my pick. And people have been giving me crap for it, but that's my pick today, man.
I don't know why they see giving crap because anybody has any prediction on both of these guys, there's good support for both of them to get this dub. Like,
Yeah,
there's no reason you're going to 100%, I'm taking Diego, Volk ain't got a chance, or I'm taking Volk, Diego has no chance. There's nothing like that in this bout, dude. And you couldn't get more even to have things on both fighters to get this dub, dude.
exactly.
She got Lee.
Statistically, former champions over 35 are like 0-30. I think I seen that pop up since
What?
2024 and counting. Yeah, there has not been a win with a former champion over 35 years old since before 2024. Volk's been
Moises over
KO.
there like, no!
Can we just back up really quick? Let me go.
Volk's been KO'd twice bad. And unless he has a whole different approach to how he's going to take this fight, other than how he took Islam into Poria, I don't see where he beats Lopez. It's not on speed. It's not on grappling. I don't think it's on power. Moises, you do bring a good argument with that experience and well-roundedness and craftiness, but is that going to be enough to get past everything that Diego Lopez has going with him along with youth? He's got great grappling. He's got the power. He's got the speed. He's got every tool to get this done. Is he going to choke on his shot, and is Volk going to throw a fork in the wrench, or is he going to use everything? I don't see a path to victory for Volkanovski.
Didn't I just get done saying that there's a path to victory for both of them, Lee? God bless. But one thing I do want to keep up on you, Moises. I know you say, you haven't seen him in the 4th and 5th round, but what fight can you pick to where his gas tank wasn't still there and he didn't use his gas tank well? I mean, in the end of a fight, when have you seen Diego look gassed?
That's true. That's also true. Because he's been getting a lot of first round finishes, bro. And even with against what's it Evaliev, or whatever.
Mavzar.
Yeah, Mavzar. Yeah, dude. Like that one. Yeah, you're right. They win all 3 rounds, but he was still pushing the pace. His footwork was still there in his punches too. Looking back, I don't know.
I mean, just looking back, went to decision with Ortega, went to decision with Ige. Then he had 2 good finishes in the first round, and then back to your fight with Movsar Valayev. But I just see Diego Lopez. I'm taking Lopez here, truthfully. I think it's his time to shine, time to go for that belt. He deserves it. He's taken fights on short notice and shown the world as he is here to play. His striking is really good. What?
Moises, to your argument, he did lose the 3rd round against Dan Ige.
He did.
Yeah, he did. He got scored on all 3, I think. Hey, I'm for Lopez too. I don't see a path to victory for Volkanovski, but to Gonzalez's argument, he does. He did.
What's up?
I'm probably being biased right now, but don't get me. I love Diego Lopez. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like Volkanovski. I don't know. I feel like if he doesn't get this dub, he should just retire already. Like 100%. Like if he cannot beat an up and comer, like okay, bro, like you have to get through me to get the belt. Like you're not gonna get through me. You know what I'm saying? So like that's what I'm saying. Like because right now, yes, somebody's gonna get the belt on Saturday. You know what I'm saying? And if Volk has that mindset that he had back then, like yo, this belt's coming home with me, mindset, Lopez won't have a chance. Well, he still has a chance, but you guys know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like Volkanovski just needs to have that same mindset he had. Not thinking of the last 2 bouts that were pretty crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like getting knocked out like that is wild.
Fight Time Network.